on the air.
Welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. Friends, you made it just in time for the first lesson of the month, and I am your host, Gabe.
And I'm your other host, Anne-Marie. Okay, so if you had a chance to visit Africa, where would you like to go and what would you like to see? What do you think, Gabe?
Well, when I think of Africa, I think of the fact that it's not just one country, but many countries. A lot of people think, oh, I've never been to Africa. Well, where in Africa would you like to go? Every country has its own culture or many cultures. But the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this continent is safaris. I would love to go on a safari.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would like to visit the pyramids one day.
The pyramids of Egypt.
Yes.
I usually think of Egypt as its own little country. Sometimes I forget that it's actually one country in the continent of Africa.
Well, when you think of Africa, do you ever think of Madagascar?
Madagascar. You know, it always just seems kind of like its own island.
Well, that's because it is. Today, friends, we are learning about the Isle of Wonders.
The Island of Wonders. And that's right, we're talking about Madagascar. You know, it just makes me think of the movie. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
Well, I don't know if you'll see dancing lions in Madagascar, but there's certainly a lot to see, do, and smell there. What smell am I talking about? You'll find out. As always, today is a great day to learn something new.
Let's do it together. Island of Wonders. See the beauty and variety of the great island. As you walk along the street, you can spot women sewing and men playing cards. Some young boys walk by, guiding a sturdy zebu with a cart full of rice. You can hear waves crashing on the beach, see green forests, and smell rich vanilla. The whole island seems to be singing to you, "Welcome to Madagascar." Make your first stop the Green Triangle region, a rich terrain in the northeast that holds most of the island's forest land. It's also where some of the world's best vanilla, coffee, and coconuts are grown.
Hello everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Jack. 今天要看的第一个字是形容词 sturdy。sturdy 是牢固或耐用的意思。例如 This ladder is so sturdy that it can hold a person who weighs 175 kilos. 这个梯子非常牢固，可以支撑体重175公斤的人。Sturdy 也指一个人身体健康、强壮、结实。例如 The army only accept sturdy young men to serve their country. 军队只接受健壮的年轻人来为国家效命。Sturdy 还有意志坚决、不轻易动摇的意思。譬如 Even though some of the committee strongly disagreed with Bob's plan, he presented a sturdy defense. 尽管委员会里有人强烈反对 Bob 的计划，他仍然坚决地提出辩护。接下来我们来看 vanilla 这个字。Vanilla 在文章里是当名词，就是香草的意思。但 vanilla 也可以当形容词，是香草口味或香味的。譬如说 I'll have 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. It's my favorite. 我要2球香草冰淇淋，那是我的最爱。或是 Sharon usually burns vanilla candles because the smell is subtle. Sharon 都会点带有香草香味的蜡烛，因为这个味道清淡。另外呢 vanilla 也指基本的、普通的。例如 You can buy a vanilla cell phone if you just want something basic and don't want to spend much money. 如果你只想要一只普通手机，不想花大钱的话，就买基本款的吧。Okay, let's get back to our teachers.
Thank you very much, Jack. Our lesson, of course, is called Island of Wonders. And I would like you to see how many descriptive words that you can count in our lesson. How many images come to your mind as you read through our lesson, because I think there are a lot.
Well, let's start reading, friends. See the beauty and variety of the great island. As you walk along the street, you can spot women sewing and men playing cards.
Have you ever sewn anything, Anne-Marie?
Have I ever sewn anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when I was young, my grandma tried to teach me how to sew with the sewing machine.
Oh.
I didn't really learn very well, but I can mend clothes now.
You can mend clothes.
uh-huh.
Okay. I have never worked with a sewing machine, but yeah, I can stitch a few things together. If I have a hole in some of my clothes, I will sew the holes back together.
Can you sew buttons?
I can sew. That is one thing I am actually pretty good at.
Okay,
Anne-Marie.
all right. That's a good life skill to have.
It is sewing buttons on clothes, because sometimes you lose your buttons. Well, we read on here, some young boys walk by guiding a sturdy zebu with a cart full of rice. If you've never seen a zebu, I have never seen a zebu in person. Well, you can enjoy one in this picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a cow a little bit.
Yeah, it's a kind of cattle, right? And kind of like water buffalo, people use them to carry things from one place to the next. And this is actually a picture of some boys riding a zebu or carrying some things with a zebu in Madagascar.
All right, let's keep reading. You can hear waves crashing on the beach, see green forests, and smell rich vanilla. Oh, that's that scent we were talking about earlier, isn't it?
Exactly. I have some vanilla extract here. People use vanilla to make a lot of different kind of things. I think of cake. Sometimes people use vanilla to make cake, right?
That sounds delicious.
Well, we read here, the whole island seems to be singing to you. We want to talk about a word that's not in your lesson, and the word is personification. The idea of personification, this is a literary tool, and you use to talk about things that are not people, but that have human characteristics, like an island that can sing to us.
You've probably never heard of an island actually singing before, and of course that's not what it means here. It just means that this word personification, it means that the author is giving a human characteristic to the island. Here's another example. Have you ever heard someone say something like, "Oh, my cell phone battery has been giving me problems recently"?
Right, a battery can't give you problems
Right.
like other people can.
People can give you problems.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, it can cause you to have a bad day.
Right, and so that is another example of this word we're talking about, personification.
That's right. Well, we read on here, make your first stop the Green Triangle region, a rich terrain in the northeast that holds most of the island's forest land. Friends, you can go online and find out other land-related words. If you see a word ending in the word land, you get the idea there's a lot of that thing there. So if it's a wetland, it's probably pretty wet.
Yes, our text says it's also where some of the world's best vanilla, coffee, and coconuts are grown. Well, right now, friends, we are going to go and learn something new in our skit.
I need a box, a nice strong box.
Oh, here's a box right here. And I think it's very sturdy, actually.
Do you think it's strong enough? It has to be really sturdy.
It is sturdy. It can hold everything you need, and it won't fall apart. And it won't come unglued. It's made very well.
So, it will hold up? It will last?
Of course, you can put lots of things inside of it. It won't break, it won't tear, it's very tough.
Well, it looks strong and sturdy.
Right, so let's fill it up with your things.
Wait, first, let's see how sturdy it is. Let's pull on it.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, now let's hit it and see if it breaks.
Well, okay. Look how...
Let's tear it. See if it falls apart.
Well, okay.
Wow.
We did it.
Yeah, this box really is sturdy. It's perfect.
It is.
Great. Now, go get me a new one.
A new one?
Yes, a nice new sturdy box. What am I going to do with this? How do you stay so fit?
That's easy. I play 3-on-3 at 6 a.m. every morning before work.
Wow, 6 a.m.? You're hardcore.
Yeah, perhaps. But that's the only free time I have with a demanding job and 2 kids under 5. I need to get my exercise in before they wake up.
Hey, where do you play?
Oh, I play at the park near my house. There are a few basketball courts there.
Who do you play with?
A bunch of guys I met at the park. They come from all backgrounds and we share a love for basketball.
That's great. Do you guys compete in tournaments?
Yes, we compete twice a year in city tournaments.
Are you guys any good?
Of course, we play to win. Our team is made up of very competitive people. We got second place last year. 3-on-3. 3-on-3. Basketball courts. Basketball courts. Backgrounds. Backgrounds. Competitive. Competitive.
Hardcore. Hardcore. Tournaments. Tournaments.
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Welcome back to Studio Classroom. Okay, so here's a little quiz. Earlier, we learned a word that is kind of a tool you can use for writing, and it refers to giving things that are not human characteristics that are. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about personality.
Close.
Humanification?
That's not even a word.
I'm just playing. You're talking about personification. The island of Madagascar seems to be singing to you. That's an example of personification.
Bingo. Friends, let's keep learning about Madagascar right now.
Island of Wonders. In fact, Madagascar produces nearly 2/3 of the world's vanilla. The best way to experience this fertile forest is on wheels. It's easy to rent a mountain bike or an ATV and explore this beautiful area on your own. If you're visiting Madagascar between June and September, don't miss the island's beautiful east coast. You won't be the only one enjoying the tropical ocean waters. If you take a boat ride around Atongil's Bay, you can see the majestic humpback whales that have voyaged from Antarctica for the mating season.
好，我们再来看下一个字 fertile。fertile 是形容词，意思是动植物能够结果实或是生育的。譬如说 ，All of these eggs are fertile, so we are hoping for a large flock of chickens to sell this year. 这些鸡蛋都能孵出小鸡，我们希望今年能生出一大群鸡来卖。Fertile 也可以用来形容人有许多点子，譬如 Jake's fertile imagination makes him a great storyteller. Jake 丰富的想象力让他成为一位很棒的说书人。另外，有一句惯用语 fertile ground for something， 意思是能孕育创意的沃土。譬如说 Miss Hart's art class is fertile ground for creativity. Hart 太太教授的艺术课是孕育创意的沃土。最后我们来看 voyage 这个字。voyage 当名词是指长途旅行，通常呢是指航海旅行。譬如说 Phil and Art began their voyage across the Pacific Ocean to Asia from San Francisco. Phil 跟 Art 开始了他们从旧金山到亚洲的横跨太平洋之旅。Maiden voyage 就是处女航的意思，指的是船只、飞机或是太空船的初次航行。譬如 The Titanic's maiden voyage from England to America resulted in the tragic death of more than 1,500 people. 铁达尼号从英格兰前往美洲的处女航，最后导致1500多人不幸罹难。Voyage 在文章中当动词用，意思是旅行。例如 Columbus and his crew voyaged the Atlantic Ocean looking for new worlds. 哥伦布和他的船员航行在大西洋上，为了寻找新大陆。All right, let's get back to our teachers.
Thank you very much, Jack. Friends, let's talk about ATVs. If you're not sure what ATV stands for, that is all-terrain vehicle. And it's definitely not your average car, not something that you would see driving down the road in your city. An all-terrain vehicle.
Now, have you ridden on an ATV before, Gabe?
I have, but I didn't call it an ATV. I went to my friend's house in New Jersey, and he had what he called a quad.
A quad.
A quad, Q-U-A-D, Q-U-A often refers to four. So there are four wheels with a quad or an ATV. And that was a kind of ATV, and he had a four-wheeler. So in that sense, it was all four wheels had their own kind of steering, okay?
Is that the same thing as an ATV?
It is. It's a kind of ATV.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, so it can go on all kinds of terrain, not just a smooth or paved road. Now, there's another kind of vehicle we want to talk about here. It's not in your lesson, but have you heard of a dune buggy?
Now that is for a very specific kind of terrain, isn't it?
Exactly. What is a dune, Anne-Marie?
Well, a dune is a lot of sand piled up kind of to make a hill. You can see them in the deserts, or sometimes you can see dunes near the ocean as well.
That's right. So that's a dune buggy. Of course, they're very similar to ATVs. I've actually ridden in a dune buggy as well. Driving ATVs or riding in dune buggies is a lot of fun. Well, we do learn a little bit more here about Atongil Bay and the humpback whales that you can see in Madagascar at a certain time of the year. And speaking of whales, it's time for us to learn more about whales with today's Info Cloud.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Info Cloud. Rex, I heard that you just got back from a school rally tour. How was it?
Let me tell you, we had a whale of a time meeting students face to face at their schools. You get to see the excitement on the students' faces when they meet our teachers. It's just different from teaching on TV.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you had a lot of fun going to the schools. Now, let's talk about what you meant by a whale of a time, because that is an interesting expression.
When I said I had a whale of a time, I meant that I had a spectacular time with all the excitement and joy I experienced.
We use the expression a whale of a something to describe that thing as being grand and wonderful, like a whale of a tale describing a really great story.
When you're on a boat and you see a whale right in front of you, which not a lot of people have the chance to do, it feels extraordinary.
Exactly. Sometimes you can use this expression to describe something negative, such as a whale of a mistake, meaning a really big mistake, and it keeps growing and causing negative outcomes.
今天要跟大家介绍一个很特别的用语 ，a whale of a something， 用来形容一件事情非常的令人惊奇，非常的美好。例如 I had a whale of a time in the concert. 我在演唱会中经历了一段美好的时光。比较有趣的是 whale 是鲸鱼。当我们亲眼看到鲸鱼在海面上，心中的感受是很兴奋又雀跃的，因此才会用 a whale of a something 来形容一件事情非常的令人惊奇，像是 a whale of a tale 就是形容一个很棒的故事。有时候这个用语也可以负面的使用，像是 a whale of a mistake 就是形容犯下的一个错误大到难以收拾的地步。这就是今天的 InfoCloud， 我们下次云端见。
You know what the word whale makes me think of?
Nope. What?
It makes me think of how people from the southern part of the United States say the word W-E-L-L, well, like this. Well, Anne-Marie, it's your turn to play.
Don't call me a whale. Okay, Jack, give me your kings.
I don't have any kings. I win. Dun, dun, dun.
What?
Yep.
You're supposed to say go fish. I don't have any kings, go fish.
Go fish.
Yeah, that's right. You don't win yet.
All
Okay.
right, fine, we'll finish. I will go fish.
今天的课程提到 you can see people playing cards. So Anne-Marie and Gabe are teaching me how to play Go Fish. It's a fun game to play with poker cards.
Wait, Jack, did you just say poker cards?
对啊 poker cards 就扑克牌啊 right?
Actually, no. It's a good guess, but these are actually called playing cards. Poker is just the name of one of the many games you can play with playing cards.
Oh, 那这么久了我一直以为扑克牌就是 poker cards. So, if I want to play Go Fish or 大老二, I need to ask, do you have a set of playing cards?
Exactly. Well, actually, we wouldn't use the word set. This is a deck of cards.
Or a pack of cards.
Okay, gotcha. 所以用来形容扑克牌的量词是 deck or pack. You can play Go Fish with a deck of playing cards. Anything else I should know about playing cards?
Good question. Do you know what a suit is?
Suit. 西装咯
Well, no, not exactly. In a card game, there are 4 suits: spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs.
And the way you talk about each card is by saying the number and the word of. So, for example, I need the queen of hearts.
And I need the ace of spades.
In card games, 一号牌叫做 ace. What about 洗牌?
That is called shuffling, like this. Every day I'm shuffling.
Well, not yet. We're not finished with the game.
Oh. Oh no. Well, that's too bad.
Friends, it doesn't matter. We're out of time anyway. We have more to learn about Madagascar tomorrow, so join us then, right here on Studio Classroom.
A good friend lasts a lifetime. I am so proud to have you in my life. A good friend lasts a lifetime.